my name is Nadine Ortega. I am a law student at the William S. Richardson School of Law, and I'm president of the Filipino Law Students Association. I'm just gonna, first of all, talk story about how I came to Hawaii and what I've done since then. My family and I migrated here when I was 10 because my family thought the United States was the land of opportunity. We all know this story. And I'm sorry, but some of you guys already know my story too, and you've helped me speak up about my story, and thank you for that. I just want to acknowledge that. So my family came here because they wanted to have better opportunities. They wanted me to have an Americanized education. But when we came here, what we met was poverty and discrimination. My family, we had some money growing up in the Philippines, but when we came here, we had to start all over from nothing. My mother worked as a waitress. She worked 2 jobs, and she still works 2 jobs today. She's experienced discrimination at her workplace because of her accent, because she was too slow in the beginning. She wasn't accustomed to the culture of the workplace and to this Americanized culture. And she didn't talk about it. I think only I talked about my own discrimination to her, how I wanted to go back to the Philippines because I hated the discrimination I faced here. So when I entered elementary school in Hawaii, I got the onslaught of all of the negative stereotypes and discrimination against Filipinos, that we eat dog, that we have this really harsh accent that is so different, that is so unlike anybody else's. And it was different, and it was kind of something that nobody liked. It didn't belong in society. So I got bullied a lot as a 6th grader at Pa'oa Elementary, and I got kicked, I got pushed. I was the token Filipino immigrant, and all of my classmates around me were Americanized immigrants. So I did not speak for 1 whole year because I was ashamed of my accent and I had to get rid of it. So I had to assimilate to the local culture. I had to get rid of my accent. It took me 1 whole year to imitate how everybody spoke so that I could be like that. I could dress like them, I could be like them, I could talk like them. And so I hid my Filipino-ness. I disassociated myself from the Filipino culture, from what my parents ate and what they did, what they practiced, because that was, if I participated in that, I would be going back to being discriminated. I would be going back to, I would be regressing, I would say. So it was like that from elementary, intermediate school, high school, and even college. I couldn't be who I was, and for the longest time, there was something missing within me, and I couldn't figure out what it was. But with the help of some people here, Jeff knows my story, I actually faced that trauma, the trauma of my childhood, and I wrote about it in my master's thesis, and I cried a lot, but it was empowering for me to come out and talk about the discrimination of Filipinos in Hawaii, because I also found Filipino youth and Filipinos here in the university who are ashamed to be Filipino. And so at the law school, we joke around because there's only maybe 3 or 4 of us at the Filipino Law Students Association when we know that we have about 15 in one class that's Filipino, but they're Filipinos in hiding, we say. Or we say, oh, are you a practicing Filipino? Because they will deny that they are Filipino. There are all of these other stuff before they are Filipino. Or outright, they will not say that they're Filipino. So this is one of the reasons why I feel like it's important for me to be in these colonizing spaces, to be at the law school. I've been called out that the law school will change me, and it's a colonizing space, and I'll never get out alive. But it has been, the more I am there, the more I find that it's necessary to be there to create spaces for us, because those structures exist. And this is why we need to be there. There are so many people in that law school who are outright racist, and they will be these are the elites in Hawaii. They will be the young leaders in Hawaii. They are moving to the legislature after law school. And are these the kind of leaders that you want, or do you want to go there and occupy those spaces and give us a place in the broader community? Now let me talk to you about 2 events that was in the law school the past year. We had a Etse halftime show, which is a flag football for women. And during the halftime show, they had the men dressed up as women. They wore wigs. They put balloons on their shorts, inside their shorts, to have bigger butts. They danced to Nicki Minaj's Anaconda. And it was so racist and transphobic and sexist. Those are the kinds of leaders that we have at that law school. So I urge you to please create spaces for us. And it's lonely, but it makes it so much more necessary for us to be there. Thank you.